everybody, it's Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Boxes. And it is time to visit a brand new plane in the world of Magic the Gathering, and this time we are traveling to DUSKMOURN, the House of Horror. So just in time for Halloween, we are visiting Magic's own haunted house. So this is a house the size of a plane, and so this is a horror themed set, and it's got a big bad demon villain. I haven't read a whole lot of the lore around this, but lots of fantastic cards, new enchantments called rooms, where you can cast two sides. You can cast one side to get an effect, and then you can cast the other side to get the extra effect, which I think is a really neat take on two-sided cards. We've got some new demons, some new horrors, one Planeswalker in this set with a ninjutsu effect, which I think is really interesting. So lots of really cool things. The special guest list for this set is really awesome. We're looking at reprints of Damnation, Collected Company, and also one of the best finishing cards, in my personal opinion, Expropriate, which is just, it's a terrible, terrible card, but if you can get it to stick, oh man, that is a fantastic card to cast. So here we are with our pre-release kit. Unfortunately, not being able to attend my pre-release event due to a pre-planned personal event. I really hate that because I've not been able to go to the last couple of pre-releases at my local game store. But luckily, they've been able to save me some of the pre-release kits to open. So here is my kit that we are going to open on camera. So let's get into it. Oh, and then we got some punch outs here for locked doors. So this is relating to those enchantments, the two-sided enchantments, so you can show what is locked and what is unlocked. Here's our big bad demon buddy that is in this set. I really think it's interesting. The commander decks for this set has a return to archenemy. So you've got 3 heroes and a villain. So that's really cool. Here is our DUSKMOURN dice with the butterfly symbol right there. And then we've got our packs here. And then I'm just going to slide this right here for us to check out at the end of the video. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into some good Magic. Pack cracking. Alright, skipping over these commons. Alright, there we go. So those are our common cards right there. Irreverent Gremlin for our start of our uncommons. Patchwork Beastie. Commune with Evil. And then our first rare card of the set, Entity Tracker. Blue and 2 for a 2/3 Human Scout Flash. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, draw a card. So there's a lot of enchantments in this set, so I'm fully expecting to see a lot of enchantment support. And our first mythic, Tyvar the Pummeler. So this is our elf warrior buddy. He was a planeswalker down into a creature. 2 green and 1 for a 3/3 elf warrior. Tap another untapped creature you control. Tyvar the Pummeler gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. And then you can pay 2 green and 3. Creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So that is pretty great. The only thing that could make this better is if it also gave them the tramples. That would be a fantastic finisher card. So this is a great addition for any of you elf ball players. And then we also have our first land. And then, oh, here we go, a foil rare, Kona the Rescue Beastie, green and 3 for a 4/3 beast survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Rona Rescue Beastie is tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. So basically, if you have an ability that causes her to tap, or if you've attacked with her, then you get to put a card from your hand onto the battlefield, a permanent onto the battlefield. So that is pretty good. And then here we have a horror token, and then the new Manifest Dread token. All right. So already off to a really good start with that pack. 2 rares and a mythic. Not too shabby. All right, and then here is, I know this is a common card, but this is a great example of that new enchantment room mechanic. So you can cast this for either side, and for whatever side you don't cast it for, that room is basically locked. So you get whatever effect, and later on you can pay the other side's value to unlock that to get that ability. So that's pretty cool. So we've got lots of room enchantments in this set. Alright, so into our uncommons, Orphans of the Week. Lots of homages to horror classic films. This is kind of interesting. Mana Rock, Haunted Screen, 3 mana, tap it to pay to add a white or black, tap it, pay 1 life to add green, blue, or red. Pay 7, put 7 counters on Haunted Screen. It becomes a 0/0 spirit creature in addition to its other types, and you activate it only once. That's kind of an interesting mana rock. I would want to play around with that some and see what we can do with that. Oh yes, here is another mythic card, Overlord of the Hauntwoods. This is one that I've been looking for, or waiting for. One of the new Avatar horror creatures. 2 green and 3, and you can cast it for Impending for 2 green and 1. So if you do that, it comes in as a... it sits on the battlefield as an enchantment, and it comes in with 4 counters. Let's see, if you cast this spell for its impending cost, it enters with 4 time counters and isn't a creature until the last counter is removed. So it just kind of sits there and hangs out, and then at the beginning of your end step you remove a time counter. So when it enters or attacks, create a colorless land token named Everywhere that is every basic land type. So you can pay the 3 to get it to come in, and it just kind of hangs out as an enchantment until that 4th time counter is removed. But it makes a land every time it enters and every time that it attacks. What I'm wondering is if you can flicker this as an enchantment, would those time counters drop off? I think that's pretty interesting. Neglected Manor enters tapped unless a player has 13 or less life. And then our foil is Winter's Intervention. And then we've got a spider, and that is a 2/2. And that goes with the Nesting Doll, which is the promo for this set. So 2 mythics already out of this set, out of this pre-release kit. This is fantastic. I hope I can hit that everywhere land token, just to kind of go with that, the Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Alright. Unwilling Vessel. Surgical Suite and Hospital Room. Into a Withering Torment. Insidious Fungus. And then we have Hushwood Verge. Tap it to add a green. And then tap it to add a white if you have a Forest or a Plains. And then we have a Plains. And then Tunnel Survivor is our foil card. And then our nice art card here. Alright. The Possessed Goat, which I think is kind of a funny card. Alright. Wildfire Wickerfolk, Scarecrow, green and red. You know, lots of scarecrows in this set as well. Kind of makes me want to revisit the Reaper King and be that terrible person. Reaper King is such a terrible commander. It does terrible things. We'll see about revisiting that maybe. Enduring Courage, Dog Glimmer, 2 red and 2. Whenever another creature you control enters, it gets +2/+0 and gains the haste until end of turn. So it's a best boy. When Enduring Courage dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and then it is an enchantment, so it's not a creature. So that's kind of fun. Another, if a player has 13 or less life, it enters in untapped. Keys to the House is our foil. And then a token enchantment Glimmer. Alright. 2 more packs to go. And we've already hit some goodness here. Alright, Pyroclasm, Killer Mask, Sawblade Skin Ripper, into the Fear of Missing Out, red and 1, enchantment creature Nightmare. When it enters, discard a card, then draw. Whenever Fear of Missing Out attacks for the first time each turn, if there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, untap target creature. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. That's pretty cool. Oh, and then here we have another mythic. This would have been a fantastic box for pre-release, I swear. The Wandering Rescuer, Human Samurai Noble, 2 white and 3. Flash Convoke, Double Strike. Other tap creatures you control have the hexproof. And it is a 3/4. And that is some gorgeous, gorgeous art on here. Look at that. And that is the Wandering Emperor as a creature instead of the Planeswalker. Into a Plains. Jump Scare, that is kind of terrifying art. Put that over there. And then an art card. And our last pack for this set. There we go. Alright, what do we have? Alright, those are our commons. Fear of Imposters, Betrayer's Bargain, Inquisitive Glimmer, Defiant Survivor, into a Cursed Recording. 2 red and 2. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a time counter on Cursed Recording. Then if there are 7 or more time counters on it, remove those counters and it deals 20 damage to you. Tap it. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's kind of interesting. I would almost try to find a way to give this to somebody else so that you don't get the damage. That's what I would do. And then a forest into a Bellmark Leech and another Glimmer. Alright, and there we go. That is all of the packs. And the last thing that we have to reveal is our pre-release card from this box. So what is it going to be? Let's check it out. And we'll turn it around on 3, 2, 1, and oh, what do we got? Toby, the Beastie Befriender. Legendary creature, white and 2 for a 1/1. When it enters, create a 4/4 white beast creature token with this creature can't attack or block alone. As long as you control 4 more creature tokens you control have flying. So that's pretty cool. Sure, I'm pretty small, but Gribble isn't, so I don't get scared. That's pretty awesome. And then, because we are doing a video, and this is a pre-release for Duskmourn, we'll go ahead and pop this out. We'll put Toby right there. Oh, locked and unlocked, or locked tokens. And then here is a Duskmourn arena code, just for you watchers. And just because I can, I actually have another one for you. So here you go. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me as we do these pack openings and box openings. Be sure to check out our other shows, Arena Antics and War Council. Arena Antics is where I just go on Arena and play around with different brawl decks. And then War Council is where we do some deck tech videos. Once again, I'm Seth, your mild-mannered mage, wishing everybody a happy pre-release and happy magicking. Y'all take it easy, and we'll see you next time.